Money. Today we are talking about money, my favorite topic. I got the Gucci watch on because today we're talking about 3 steps you need to take to make more money today. My name is Nate Jones. I make videos on money, businesses, how to start businesses, how to grow businesses. So if you like that type of content, I post either a business idea every single day, and I post it at 1:15 Eastern. So like and subscribe so you can't miss out on your next business opportunity. So we're talking about 3 ways to make more money. This is more geared towards if you're working a job right now, and how can I change what you're doing right now so you can maximize what you're making. And I have 3 steps in which we need to take today, 3 kind of mindset shifts and things that you can actually physically take to start increasing your income today. The first thing is you need to understand your current ceiling. So what that means is, can you even make more in your current field? Can you even make more in your current job? What's the potential in where you're at? Are you in a job, are you in a career where, hey, it's just the number of years you put in and then you slowly get promoted? Can you even change your situation? Because if you can't, you need to start to realize that, hey, I may be in the wrong vertical. I may be in the wrong industry. I may be in the wrong job. If I cannot change my situation, and my ceiling is right here, but my goals and my aspirations are way up here, well, you got to either bust through the ceiling, which is likely almost impossible at a lot of places, or you got to go find another room, another job with a bigger ceiling, okay? So you need to understand, what is my potential in what I am now? What's my potential in 10 years, 15 years, maybe even 5 years? What is my potential? Is that ceiling big enough? Am I dreaming big enough? Do I have bigger goals? Do I have this motivation to earn more and have more responsibility in the job I am? And if you do, and the ceiling doesn't meet your aspirations, then you need to start thinking of other ways in which to make a career shift to get yourself to the next level. So I'm going to show you how you can kind of do that. And even if you're in a job where it does have a high ceiling, I'm going to tell you how you can really get up close as possible to the highest point in that company to where you're earning the most money. So number 2 here, the next step we need to take is we need to understand value in a company. What value means is, let's say I own a company. I own an insurance agency, and value to me as a business owner, and almost every business owner out there, is 2 things. The people that make the most at my company and at every company out there hold 2 positions. They either are a money maker, which is sales, business development, marketing. You can tell that that person is bringing money into the company. Or number 2, they're money savers. This is likely a CFO, an accountant, somebody who's really looking at our expenditures, looking at our costs and saying, hey, we should spend money here, or we should not spend money here, we should spend it here. I just saved this 10 grand by switching us vendors, or hey, we need to look at our expenses in this area. I don't know. The accounting, the CFO portion of that is saving money, so therefore there's more money at the end of the year. So money makers and money savers. Why is this important? This is important because as a employee, it makes you irreplaceable. Almost everybody is replaceable, but it makes you almost irreplaceable if you are bringing money in, right? You can be unique, you can be yourself, you can be very interesting, but if you're bringing money into the company, there's a longer leash for you. And if you're saving the company a ton of money, there's a longer leash. So when there is cutoffs and there is downsizing and we have to let people go, well, we're not going to let go of the guy who brings in the money or the girl who makes a ton of sales. And we're not going to let go of the accounting department, which is probably going to suggest that we let go of the people that are very replaceable. The people that are replaceable are things that you cannot quantify what they're doing, right? So a lot of this is like account management, just doing clerical type tasks. It's really hard to quantify if what you're paying them is actually bringing a return on investment. So that's another thing you need to understand, is that you are a return on investment. If you work for somebody else, they are paying you, let's say they pay you $50,000. You better, number 1, bring in more than $50,000. And if you're not in business development, number 2, you need to either save them your salary or you need to save them time. So I'm not doing that work. I'm going to pay you $50,000 to do that work. So I, as the salesperson or as the business owner, is freed up to bring in $50,000 or more of your salary. Really, it's more, because if I'm not bringing in more money and I'm paying you, eventually it doesn't make sense to pay you. Okay, so you need to understand that you're a return on investment. That's how business works. I am not in business to pay somebody that I am not making a profit off of, because I would not hire you if that was the case, okay? So understand that you need to be in two different places, money maker or money saver. So if you're number one, like I said, you need to understand your current ceiling. So if your current ceiling isn't good and you're thinking about a place to shift to, another career field, you need to either be in sales or business development, or you need to be in accounting or expense management, okay? Those two verticals only. Doesn't matter what your passion is. It doesn't matter what you like. You need to be in those two, or you're not going to be able to make more money, because you're going to be replaceable. To make yourself irreplaceable, you need to be in those two categories. So understand that. And if you're not in those categories at the current company that you're at, but they do have a way in which you can kind of shift over to there, then you should shift over there, because you're not going to be able to make more money unless you're in those categories. Number three, the next thing we need to do, and this is super important, once you shift, once you're in one of those categories, or if you're in one of those categories right now, this is what you need to do. This is the most important thing. You need to track and quantify the money that you brought in as a salesman, or the money that you saved in the accounting department or expense department. Why do you track that money? Because you are going to quantify that, bring that data, schedule a meeting with your boss, and you're going to say, look, I'm making $40,000. I brought in $90,000 to the company. I think I deserve a raise. I think I deserve a raise. I don't think I deserve a raise. I know I deserve a raise, because I brought in more money than what you're paying me. And here's the data. So I think I deserve a raise of $10,000 because I'm bringing in 90, and next year I plan on bringing in $120,000. So I deserve a raise of what I'm going to do. So that's a little bit different when you're going into that meeting. And instead of you coming in subjective, which 99% of people go into raise meetings or bonus meetings with subjective data. Well, I've been working hard. I've been showing up on time. But how do you, other than the showing up on time, how do you track if somebody's been working hard? How do you track if they're actually doing a good job? I mean, there's different ways in which you can, but it's really kind of subjective. But when you come in with hard data, quantifiable data of saying, this is how much I brought in, then that's a hard debate, because then you're talking to the boss, and the boss is like, well, I don't know if we can bring you a raise. Be like, okay, so if you're paying me 50 and I brought in 100, where's the other 50 going? And don't you believe that if you want to continue to incentivize me, continue to motivate me, that you would continue to give me a bonus check of that portion, right? So then you're having that conversation with that boss. So then it becomes very apparent if you're going to stay at that company or if you're going to leave that company. If they're not rewarding you for bringing in more money than what they're paying you, and it has to be more, right? Because if you only brought in 60 and you're getting paid 50, there's another 10 there that the boss has to take, and they have to pay all the other office expense like that. So it has to be almost double, right? So once it's double, you can really go into those conversations. And if the boss does not want to give you a raise when you brought in double your salary, then you need to find another job. From the money saver side, you need to go into that meeting and say, look, I saved the company. I get paid $40,000, $50,000, and I save the company around $70,000, $80,000 in expenses and shifting to this and maximizing what we're paying our employees or something. Whatever it is, you are going into that meeting showing that you are worth what he's spending your money on. Okay, and if I had an employee come to my office and say, look, I am making $60,000, but I saved the company $80,000, I think I deserve a raise. I'll be like, you do, because you paid for yourself and you're providing value to the company. So you need to be on the money maker or money saver side. And then once you're on that side, you need to be tracking what you're bringing into a company. You are a business. You should treat your career like a business. And a business keeps track of its numbers. I know my numbers in my business. I know what I'm bringing in every month. I know what my sales is looking like every month. I know where everybody's at. And you as an employee should be doing the same thing. So you can approach the owner and say, look, this is what I'm doing. This is why I believe I deserve a raise. And if there's a debate, then it may not be the right company for you. But this is a stronger approach. You're going to have a lot more success, because the business owner, if he's a great business owner, is going to see that you're providing tons of value. He's going to see that you're paying for yourself. And he's going to love that. And if he's good, if he's worth a dang, he's going to pay you, and he's going to pay you more than you can make anywhere else, so you never leave him, okay? Him or her, okay? So they will never leave if you pay them more than they can make somewhere else, okay? So Go into a company, look for the ceiling. If the ceiling's too low, you need to pivot. And if you pivot, you need to pivot into money maker or money saver. And then once you go from that, track your data, track how much you're saving, how much you're bringing in, present it to the boss, ask for a raise. And that is how you make more money as an employee. That's how you make more money running as a subcontractor. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're providing value more than what somebody's paying you, you will continue to make more money. So if you care about how much you make, you care about getting to the next level, having the good life, having money, continuing to get raises that you don't have to fight for all the time, you need to do these things today. And if you like this type of content, hit like and subscribe. I post a video every day at 1:15 p.m. Eastern. So if you like entrepreneur, business, and money content, hit like and subscribe right now. Thank you.